Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team facing Oklahoma City. And the continued absence, Clark, of DeMarcus Cousins, the story for them.
Yeah, I hear you, Kevin, but really, it's an issue for both teams with regard to the injury situation. So it's a matter of which team can rise up and show the fortitude necessary to play through those injuries and still come out on top.
You know, and this is exactly why you acquire depth. It's why your front office is constantly working to add guys who can contribute. Amazing to have a collection of shooters like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant all together on the same team. We're talking about three of the league's best shooters ever in the history of the league. People try to rank these guys against each other, guys.
The first one falls. Well, if you go by Andre Iguodala, he once called Klay Thompson the best shooter on the planet.
Well, if there's a player that should know, Andre Iguodala would be there. He's had to defend the primary scorers across the NBA, and I'm sure he and Klay have gone at it in practice. And there's no doubt, guys, Klay is spectacular. He has many, many great years ahead of him, provided his health stays good. You know, what you love about Kevin Durant is he has established himself as a top 2 player in the NBA. But the reality is he's never forgotten where he's come from. His charity work, his commitment to the communities and to the places that have shaped him, it's really kind of cool, Kevin.
And George gets it to go.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Back to Green. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feet. And in 2013, there was a series of commercials calling Durant the nicest guy in the NBA.
Well, let's remember, Kevin, at that time he was a beloved figure in Oklahoma City. He remains tight with a number of staff members there just because of the kind of person and the kind of professional he was. What you love about Kevin Durant is he's a top 2 player in the NBA. But in terms of his charity work, he is right there as well.
Curry gets the bucket.
I think unselfish is a word that applies beautifully to Draymond Green. He's so good at sharing the basketball.
Outside, George. 5 to shoot. From deep. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with a new 24-second shot clock. No good with the triple.
Absolutely tenacious, guys. Stuck right on him defensively, bothered that shot.
Up top, Curry. Outside, Durant. Back to Curry. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by George.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And here is Durant after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Back to Durant. Thompson outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pass to George. From deep 3-point range. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Out to the right wing. Back to Curry. Pass to McKinney. 5 on the clock. Over George. Lets the 3 fly. And George with the stuff.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
Bounce pass Livingston. Here's McKinney. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. So it's both teams making substitutions here. .35 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Curry. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Boy, the ability to pull the trigger so quickly. Steph Curry doesn't even appear to set himself. If it's a clean catch, he's getting that shot off. Okay, I've loved the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Outside Durant. Three-pointer. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's now 7 points for Kevin Durant.
I'll tell you, KD has such a beautiful looking stroke. He's been doing that at an elite.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Warriors up 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alderman.
Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Pass to Jerebko. Durant in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Durant's got 9. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal. Shot from 16. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Here's Aprinas. Draymond Green grabs the miss.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Pass to Durant. On its way from Curry for 2. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. The offensive prowess of Kevin Durant. We knew it even back in high school, but winning the NBA scoring title at age 21, Doris, that really sealed the deal.
Yeah, in fact, Kevin, becoming the youngest player to ever win a scoring title. He's obviously gone on to do it multiple times. And to me, where he's really advanced is his ability to make plays for the teammates around him. Kevin Durant prides himself on affecting winning at both ends of the floor.
Evans outside. Pass to Iguodala. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Now here's Felton, defended by Bell. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for Steven Adams.
Listen, there is a touch and a confidence about Steven Adams. If he's in the paint, he will get it done.
It's Evans on the wing. Has to Jerebko. Iguodala outside. Inside. Here's Bell. No good. Shot missing. Adams, some nice D. Felton inside the three-point line. Rebounded by Jerebko. Kicks it out to Evans. Here is Bell. Here is Cook. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And it goes down 2 points. George has got 9.
Some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
Here's Durant. Kicks it out to Iguodala. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Pass to Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Fades and shoots. Unable to get that one. Oklahoma City trails by 4. George way outside. Here's Adams. And it's Durant with the rebound. Curry is inside. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Well, the wonderful touch and creative finishing abilities, the amount of English Steph Curry can finish shots with, just incredible.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half of the game. Back to Thompson. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now. Well, I'll tell you, still looking for that first 3 of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
Here's Curry. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight, efficient and effective.
To the middle. Pass to Ferguson. Schroeder with the ball. But they get it back. Durant with the steal. And so it's the visiting. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. The sturdy Patrick Patterson, the 14th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010.
What you love about Patrick Patterson is he's turned himself into a three-point specialist over the course of his career. You know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get on the defensive end, and that is a multi-positional defender who's going to give you great effort every single time out. There's something to be said about Patrick's ability to adjust and evolve his game as the NBA has evolved.
And he gets it to go.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here is Cook. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Iguodala. Over George. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, that's a great touch from Andre Iguodala. Fearless and efficient. Love it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Pass to Bell. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. At the top of the key, Iguodala. Curry with it. Defended by George. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Green missing. Oklahoma City trails by 8. Fires from the line. Offensive rebound. Fires for 3. Outside for George. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Down low. It's stolen by Green. Curry, good. Curry's got 13.
Let's make no mistake, Draymond Green is a masterful defender. You have to love the activity.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And it's Green with the jam.
If you ever notice Stephen Curry's vision, his eyes are always looking for opportunities to find his teammates.
And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
Iguodala. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Down low. And that one's good. Noel. Noel's got his second basket of the night.
That's what you call using your agility to perfection. Nerlens Noel, a threat in the pick and roll. Boy, certain guys, it's just a rough season, right? For Nerlens Noel last year, that was the case. Couldn't get any consistent playing time. And after looking to be finally on the rise, he takes a step back in his development. It's got to be tough.
Pass to McKinney. Here's Cook. Puts up a 3. And so Grant will bring it up for Oklahoma City. A 12-point game. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Abrines. Back to Felton. Here's Abrines. Defended by Bell. Here's Noel.
Wow, the physicality of Nerlens Noel paying dividends. This guy not bashful, seeking contact.
For Oklahoma City, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That one misses. Curry with it. He's got 13. Outside Durant. Oh, good on the triple. Oklahoma City trails by 12. Pass to Patterson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
That's his third Well, this has become a staple for Patrick Patterson. Tough work inside. You like to see him assert himself just like that.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. And Patterson drops them both. 30 seconds left in the third. Outside, Green. There's the triple. Drains the three-pointer. Green's got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Patterson. Outside for George. They get it back. Goes up again. And there's the nice layup by Adams. 10 points for him.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors up by 11. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Curry, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Schroeder outside. To the paint. It's stolen by Curry. And here's the fast break. Livingston, that's good.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Pass to George. Durant with some nice D. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well. And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Stolen by Thompson. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Pass to Jerebko. At the top of the key, Cook. Back to Jerebko. Misses the three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Curry. It's stolen by Schroeder. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
And this is why you work the ball inside, right? To get the easiest shot possible.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
Outside, Green. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Outside, Green. Back to Thompson. For three. Green, no luck.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
George with no one around. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his 5th foul.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
That's to Curry. From deep. Not going to go that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
Boy, Iguodala so good using that up fake. Just gets the defender off their feet and to commit on the foul.
Curry with the steal. Pass to Green.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline. Yeah, and luckily, they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Well, let's remember that Draymond Green was drafted in the 2nd round, but that competitive fire runs deep, and he has memorized the names of the 34 players selected ahead of him. Talk about holding a grudge.
Inside. Back to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Green up on top. Over Noel. Shots good by Green.
Guys, it's over. I think we can say that now with certainty.
Turn off the lights and lock the door.
The 3 from George. And no good. Green inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Back to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Well, just incredible instincts from Russell Westbrook. How about that pass? On time, on target, make it easy.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily